Hey everyone, Brian here. If you've been following me, well, you probably already know my story.
Yep, 30 days in ICU, in a coma. Woke up, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, had to learn how to do it all over again. And 6 months later, I was finally out of the hospital and home. But then the real struggle begins.
So, as promised, here are the 5 things that I did to get my life back after I got out of the hospital from COVID.
Do not underestimate this first step. It is the most important. You sit down and you make a plan. I sat down and I did the research. I came up with a plan. I decided what my goals were and I tried to formulate a way to get there. Just like taking a trip, you first have to decide where you're going and then you map it out to see how to get there so you don't get lost. That is super important. You have to know what your goals are, set realistic goals, and then start working towards them. It's not that hard. I don't mind telling you that all that computer work and reading all those documents and watching all that video was giving me a splitting freaking headache. And I come to the conclusion that everybody had an opinion, but nobody knew how to solve the problem. So I decided that I was going to go with just trying to make myself healthy like I already knew how to do. It starts with blood flow and it starts with getting heart healthy. So I decided that if I was going to get my health back, it had to start right there. And I was going to do stuff to get that blood flow back and to get me back to where I needed to be. Supplementation. I started out with stuff that I knew was going to increase my blood flow, get flow to my heart, get the electrolytes into my heart, as long as my heart was functioning, and some other supplements that would increase my nitric oxide so that the veins would open up and I could get that, blood flow through. I knew I didn't have any blockages because of all the CAT scans and stuff that I had while I was in the hospital. I knew that my veins were clear. So I was on a pretty good path. So I started out with this LMNT. This is awesome stuff, electrolytes. I hit this first thing in the morning. The very first thing I do is drink a big glass of this, about 18 ounces. And it really helps me as far as, and it's got magnesium, which is potassium, which is fantastic for muscle function and for nerve function. So that kind of helped with the nerve pains that I was having also. And it actually helped me bring back the dexterity of my fingers. Slow but sure. Beets, I don't know, the science behind it, who knows? Everybody has varying opinions about supplementation, but I knew it helped with nitric oxide, so yeah, I got it. Nattokinase, yes, helps with blood flow. Turmeric, curcumin, takes down inflammation, and that's one of the things that I was doing the research that they were talking about cytokine storms and causing so much inflammation, and that was one of the reasons they felt like it was one of the reasons. God knows if they really knew it or not, but one of the reasons for the long COVID. So I thought, what have I got to lose? So I started taking that. This is vitamin K2, but this is a special form of vitamin K2, MK7, and it really supports bone and cardiovascular health. It is super good. It takes the calcium out of your veins and puts it into your blood vessels where it belongs, so it's not getting all clogged up, and actually helps with your bone health as well. This stuff, I freaking love this. And as you can see on the label, promotes a strong heart and cardiovascular system. This is cacao, basically. I mean, it's dark chocolate. It's got the cacao flavonoids in it. And, I like dark chocolate. Some people don't like it. I like it. I like it tastes good. So, but by itself, it's pretty bitter. So what I do, and to help my muscles and stuff too, I make a drink with whey protein, chocolate whey protein. Optimum Nutrition. I get that, and I put a scoop of this in, and I put a little bit of stevia in it. And man, oh man, it tastes so good. But that opens up your blood veins, and it's good for the cardio health. And then, of course, magnesium glycinate, which is the form I take. Stuff really helps with your muscles, and with and your heart is a muscle. So that's very important to help your heart fire. And vitamin D3, which is just freaking good for everything. So these are the things I take. I actually take a big dose of vitamin C as well, and it seems like that's really getting the job done for me. And got my veins cleaned out, got my heart pumping on a regular basis. I was having trouble with AFib all the time I was in the hospital. This seemed to take care of the AFib, straighten things up, especially LMNT. This stuff, I can't say enough about it. They should sponsor me. But yeah, I get this twice a month. It's just awesome. And I'll probably keep on taking this for a long, long time. It's just wonderful stuff. And plus, it gives me an excuse to get my water in every day. Okay, number 3, start walking. And I've harped on this over and over in all my videos. If you want to get your health back, even if you haven't been sick with COVID, this is the best thing you can do for your health, especially as you age. Just get out and walk. When I first started, I had a walker, and I would go to places where I knew there were benches, and I would walk until I got tired, and I'd sit down for a little while. I mean, it's one step at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. You just got to start. So get out, strap on your dang shoes, and make a plan to go out and walk at least a half hour every day, even if you can only do a few steps at a time, sit down and rest, and then fire it back up. It's just so good for you, and it's good for your mood too. You're out in the sunshine, hopefully, and fresh air getting into your lungs. You're building your strength. You don't think so, but you're building your strength slow but sure. So just get out. This is the best thing. You've got your veins open now. Now you're working on the cardio part. Get out and walk. Now here's something I know a little bit of something about. Before I got sick, this was me. I competed as a bodybuilder, and I've been a personal trainer for years. Worked at the YMCA as the wellness director for a couple of years. So I know a little bit of something about weights. But this is really simple. Just get out and grab whatever, I don't care if it's soup cans, and just start exercising, lifting weights. One of the best things you can do for your body. Go join Planet Fitness. It's cheap and it's easy. Start out slow, start out light, and then work your way up. Anybody can do this, and it's very essential. You have to lift weights to build your strength back. Okay, scoff if you will, but to me, this was the most important thing that helped me recover from COVID was prayer. I dove into prayer every morning I got up. Every morning I get up now, I sit at the edge of my bed, I say a prayer, and I do my breathing exercises and my meditation, and I just take it to God and just ask Him to help me. And I just praise Him for being a healing God who helped me through this horrible deal. You would be surprised at how powerful prayer and morning meditation is in the healing process. So just resolve, no matter who it is you pray to or believe in, pray. Pray and meditate. It just relaxes you and helps you along the way. Best thing you can do for your body and for healing. Just relax. Find a quiet place and relax. Well, there you have it. It's the 5 things I did after I got out of the hospital to get me to the point where I am now. So, am I healed? Am I back to normal? Well, I'm breathing on my own. I'm walking. I can talk again.
I'm not 100%, obviously, still have some issues, but I'm way better than I was 2 years ago when I came out of that hospital. That's for sure. And it took 2 years. So, you know what? I think a lot of people get disgruntled because they don't heal right away, you know. But some people will. Some people just boom, magically, oh, one day they feel better. Other people, it's going to take for a long time. It worked for me. Give it a try. I don't know if it'll work for you. I'm not a doctor. I don't, I can't diagnose you. I don't know how bad you have it. I know I had it pretty bad, and I feel pretty good now doing these things that I've done. And there's a few other things I did, and I'll touch on them in later videos. But for now, just try those 5 things and see how it works for you. Worked for me. Give it a shot.